back to Lightsabers, Jokes, and More. Today we have our friends Lorraine and Adeline.
Welcome to the podcast, Lorraine and Adeline.
Thank you.
Say, why don't you tell us how you know Lorraine and Adeline?
They go to the same jiu-jitsu class as me. So how does it feel to be on my podcast?
Weird. I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
I don't know. Saying something stupid.
Oh, it's okay. We edit all of it before it goes on YouTube, so if you say anything really stupid, we'll make sure to take it out. But
oh, thank you.
Don't be nervous. It's just a conversation. You guys chit-chat all the time. Saturday morning jiu-jitsu. So Tay normally talks about Star Wars as the focus of his podcast, but our understanding is you guys are more well-versed in the world of Marvel.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be talking about the Avengers.
Okay. You have any specific topics or questions you want to get into?
Like, how about first question is, which Avenger is your favorite?
Adeline, go first.
Thor.
Thor's your favorite? It's pretty solid. What about you, Lorraine?
Probably. Does Black Widow count?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then her, yeah.
What about you, Tay?
Probably Black Panther.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Those are all good choices.
Even though he wasn't part of the original Avengers, he still worked with them.
Yep. So are you guys up on all of the Marvel movies, TV shows, everything? Or have you only seen certain ones?
We've seen the Marvel movies, and we're going to watch Loki and stuff, and Agent Carter. We haven't gotten there yet, though.
I haven't seen any of that new stuff. I think the last movie I saw was the Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. I really have.
So no one asked me who my favorite Avenger is.
Oh, who's your favorite?
Iron Man.
I knew it.
How'd you know it?
I don't know. You just seem like the person that likes Iron Man.
Honestly, he's my least favorite.
Why?
Because does he actually have any kind of power?
Yeah, he
has
uses a
technology.
machine.
He just uses a machine.
Anyone can use a machine.
I feel like it's more realistic that someone can use technology and a machine to become a superhero than just be born with being a superhero.
But Black Widow wasn't born being a superhero.
That's a good point. I can side with you on that one.
She just used fighting techniques that she learned.
Yep.
In which she packed a pretty amazing punch. My favorite, you remember in that clip where she literally destroyed those guys who tried to capture her in the first parts of the Avengers. Boom.
So what about favorite movies?
Would have made it more awesome if she.
Say, what's your favorite of all of the Marvel movies?
Probably. Do Marvel shows count?
Sure. Actually, no. Let's do movies first, and then we can do shows.
Probably Thor Ragnarok, where Thor fights his own sister.
Okay. What about you, Adeline? Favorite Marvel movie?
Probably the same as Tay.
That makes sense because your favorite character was Thor. Lorraine?
I like Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Okay.
And
I never saw any of those.
I've seen both.
I think my favorite was probably the second one.
So what's your opinion on that, Tay?
Well, the second one is a bit weird, and I'm pretty sure I forgot the main character's name,
The Space Lord or whatever that guy's name was.
Yeah, I forget his name.
Star-Lord.
Yeah.
He's like the main guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he ended up trying to kill his own dad. Because, well, you know how the whole thing went.
Yeah.
The whole taking over the universe thing, and how he killed a lot of his other children.
Yeah.
So here's a question for Adeline, since Thor is your favorite Avenger. What are our feelings on Loki? Is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy?
Like a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
He can be good.
So he started off really bad, right?
was good in
Then he helped out a little bit.
then
I guess none of us have seen the new Loki series,
Yeah.
right? So we don't really know where he ends up there.
probably in death.
The fans will have to tell us in the comments.
There was like one movie where he quote unquote sacrificed himself for Thor, and then he was really doing something bad. I was like, oh, Loki's good. Wait, never mind.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think he tries to come across as good, but I think deep inside he's a bad guy.
Actually,
You disagree?
I think he deep inside he does have a little bit of good inside of him, but on the outside, it's only just power he wants.
Yep, I agree with that.
I would want the same.
What other topics do you have for us, Tay?
Well, what about the some of the Marvel shows? Have you guys watched WandaVision?
Yeah.
We watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier too.
Yeah.
Have you seen these, Tay?
I've not seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but I've watched WandaVision.
That was like trippy, like Doctor Strange, like the way everything worked and the time bubble thing. Whatever Wanda made. What was it called?
I forget.
I haven't seen it.
It's where she like literally contained a certain space in like a force field while she was fighting another sorceress, another witch. It was completely weird.
It was Agatha all along.
It was Agatha all along.
So where is the Marvel universe going these days? So Loki is the latest. It's a series, right?
Yeah.
So that's the latest. Do we know of anything else that's coming out?
Black Widow. It's already
That
out.
just came out, right?
Yeah.
That's a movie?
My dad was talking about like how there's another Spider-Man and Guardians of the Galaxy, like September or October or
Really?
something.
Oh, and another Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
There's a
Wow.
bunch of other ones.
There's a lot.
How does your dad know all this?
Because he watches them. He watches them all before we get to.
He has a group of nerd friends that tell him everything.
I mean, yes. Do some of them work on the set?
I don't think
No.
so.
They just like watch the shows together.
And they find out that something's new coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So, what?
Can I suggest a new topic?
Yes.
Or do you have more on Marvel?
I really don't have any more on
Okay.
Marvel.
I want to hear a little bit more about this animal situation going on at your house. Tell us what you have.
Pigs, goats, chickens. That's all.
Yep. And dogs and cat.
So you guys must live on like a huge farm, right, with all those animals?
No.
We live in a neighborhood in Chicopee. It's like a pretty big yard, but we sacrificed part of it for the animals.
Okay, so let's rewind here. How many chickens?
11?
13.
I don't know.
If you count eggnog and the baby chicks.
Oh, well then.
Then I think it's
Do they all have names? Or just certain ones?
I think they
All
all
of
have
them.
names. We just don't remember all of them.
I do.
You
Oh.
remember all of them?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Okay, there's Eggnog, Baby Carrie, Miss Bumble, and Friendly. There's Roadrunner, and we
Edgar
didn't
Allan
name the
Poe.
chicks. Edgar, Allan, and Poe. Then I think that's
Laura.
Wait, those are three different ones, or is that one?
That's
Ed-
3 different ones. Edgar, Allan,
Edgar,
and Poe.
Allan, and Poe.
Mhm.
Okay.
They're all black.
And then Des and Troy for Destroy from
No,
Marvel.
I already said Baby
You already said
Carrie.
Oh, okay. But you didn't say Troy.
Well, Troy. That's all. We didn't name the chicks yet.
So that's right. You just had chicks that hatched, right?
We didn't hatch them. We got them from some other lady.
Did you get the chicks or did you get the eggs for your hens to hatch?
We got eggs for one chicken, but she wouldn't sit on them.
She cracked them.
Yeah, so we got her baby chicks.
Okay. And so she's taking care of the baby chicks and protecting them from the other
Yeah.
hens?
She fought one of them when
There was
we
a big
tried to
chicken
let
fight
her
the other
out
day.
yesterday.
Oh, when I tried to grab one, she kind of attacked me.
Good.
So-
Just being a good mama hen.
Yeah.
Okay, so that covers the chickens. What else did you say? Goats?
Yeah,
How many goats?
4.
4? Thought it was only 2.
Why do you guys have goats?
Why?
Because
Yeah. Why do you guys have
Enjoy
goats?
them.
They're like dogs. You can snuggle them and they're warm.
you can train them.
What kind of goats?
2 Nubians, and then 2, I forget.
Are they small goats or big goats?
They're
Small
pretty
goats.
small.
I think they're Nigerian dwarfs.
Okay. Names?
Orville, Wilbur, Wilder, and Hamilton.
After Alexander Hamilton.
So you have a goat named Wilbur, even though you also have pigs.
Oh, that's because it's Wilbur and Orville after the Wright brothers.
Gotcha. Okay, so 4 goats and
2
how many
pigs.
pigs? 2 pigs. Names?
Kevin Bacon and
And
Waddles,
Waddles.
because he has a weird like skin tag thing under his neck.
What do you think about this, Tay?
That's a lot of animals. And we.
I don't think you've ever told the podcast world about all of your animals. We've talked a little bit here and there. Why don't you give us the rundown of who lives at Rocky Woods Farm?
Well, we have the indoor animal. For indoor animals, we have 4. We have 4 dogs, 2 cats, and a rabbit that live inside of our house.
Yep.
And then we also have, and on outside we have a bunch of chickens. I don't know how many.
I don't either. 20-something.
Yeah, let's call it 20.
Somewhere between 20 and 30.
25 maybe.
Yeah, we'll call it 25.
So 25 chickens, and we have then we have 3 horses, 2 donkeys, and
That's it, right?
yeah, I think so.
Horses are scary.
Why?
They aren't.
I don't know. I feel like whenever I see a horse, I get so scared, like it's gonna trample me or something. It's just so scary and big. Like if they got mad at you, they could just be like, and
Yeah,
smush
so
you.
that's the cool thing, though. Horses aren't prey animals, so they don't really get mad at people or try to attack anybody, but there is a risk that they could just get scared and accidentally trample you. So you don't need to be scared of them. You just need to
Make sure
be
they're not.
respectful and cautious when you're around them and not put yourself in positions that would allow that to happen. But horses are almost never going to try to hurt you on purpose.
Yeah. But one warning: never go behind a horse. Ever.
I know that.
Yep.
My mom.
Rule number 1.
Yeah, my
What
mom broke.
happened to Mom?
My mom broke that rule. Next thing you know, she was in the hospital with a liver laceration.
Wow.
True story. We'll get Mom on here to talk about that sometime. So you guys have indoor animals too, right?
Yeah. 2 dogs and a cat.
2 dogs, a cat, 13 chickens, 4 goats, 2 pigs.
Yep.
And a Paul.
Paul was supposed to be on the podcast today. What happened?
He hurt his neck, and he has some weird thing on his foot.
We'll get Paul and Eli in here next time. What do you think about that, Tay? Boys Club?
Yeah, I guess so.
So you said the pigs are still really tiny, right?
Yeah.
They're like tiny, tiny.
Okay, so they don't hang out with the goats, right? They're all in
No.
their own
Yeah,
place.
they're in their own pen. and
If we let
squeal
them
a
out,
lot.
they could like run right through the fence. Like
Do the goats have a pen, or are they just like in the backyard?
They have a pen.
they have a fenced-in area in the house, and the house is in the fenced-in area, so they can go wherever they want. And yesterday we let them roam, and it's just a pain in the butt to get them back in where they belong because they just want to eat and eat and eat.
Yep.
And kill mom's trees.
Yeah.
What about the chickens? Do you ever let those out and try to get them back in?
Yeah.
They usually go back in by themselves.
Really?
They have a bedtime.
Yeah. Yeah, if you wait until bedtime, the chickens will go back in. But if you try to get them in before that, it's like the most impossible thing in the world.
Yeah. My dad Mom tried that. I was crawling through a bunch of bushes.
I used to let the chickens out to free range, and then they started going over to our neighbor's yard and scratching up their landscaping, so then we had to chase them all back in. So are the pigs eventually going to hang out with the goats, or are they always going to be separate?
They're
They-
going to hang out eventually.
Yeah.
They should be. I think that you should just keep them separate.
Why?
Sometimes pigs eat chickens.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Pigs eat anything.
What?
Like if you just get like an older one and just introduce it to your place and you have chickens, they could eat them.
That's going to give me nightmares. A pig eating a chicken?
Yeah.
That's scary.
I don't think that's going to happen with yours, though, because they're growing up together.
Yeah.
And it also, so pigs are opportunistic eaters. So, like, if they don't have food always available, I think that's when you have problems with them eating whatever they can find. But if you feed them all the time, they should be happy.
And they're not those kind of animals that you, like, put hay out and they'll eat whenever they want. Like, if you put a bunch of food out, they'll eat till they die. So you have to feed them twice a day.
Yep. Do they have mud?
No, we give them.
We give them a water thing, so because they can't sweat. So you get them like this big pail of water that they can go in, but they don't use it.
So how big are these pigs going to get?
They're going to be pretty small.
They're
I don't
mini
know.
pigs.
Like, you don't know how big they are because they're mixed with a cooney and a potbelly pig. So
Okay.
These are usually the pigs like you see weird people have indoors.
Are you going to be those weird people?
I don't think, no. Our dad would not allow that.
What are you thinking, Tay?
I'm thinking that you guys have way. I think you might want to. So, those pigs are just regular old pets, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be turned to bacon.
No. No, not at all. Nope. No chicken meat, no bacon, no nothing. Just for pure enjoyment.
Any more animals on the list? What are you trying to get next?
I think we're done.
What about a donkey?
until we move,
Yeah.
which probably won't happen.
You get a mini donkey in your yard.
We already have too much poop in our house. Not in our house, in their area.
That's a good question. What do you do with all the poop?
Like, I think most of it just disappears in the ground.
It definitely doesn't disappear.
Yeah, it just goes. Because it's also been raining a lot, so it just like
have to,
turns to
like,
mud.
Clean out their
It's gross
stuff.
mud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know
Remember
about
when-
gross mud.
Remember when you slipped in it, Adeline?
Remember when you slipped in it?
No.
Oh, I have a good story. Tay, tell everybody what we found last night.
Nothing.
We found nothing last night? So you think I set this up and said, I have a great story. Tay, tell everybody how we found nothing last night.
I don't know what we found.
What did I bring into the house from the backyard?
Oh, a turtle! A turtle from our a nice large turtle that was hanging out around our pond.
We found a turtle. It was like this big.
Yeah, it had a slug crawling in the
Yep, it had a slug crawling on its underside.
Aww.
Because of all the rain, we have this area in our back field that is all underwater, and somehow a turtle got in it. We don't know where it came from, how it got there, and now we're trying to figure out what to do with it because it's not permanent water, and turtles need to be in water. So I think we're trying to decide if it's better to keep it close to where we found it or better to bring it to like a real pond where it's back in its proper environment. What do you guys think?
I think we should bring it back to a real pond.
Yeah.
Anybody here expert on turtles?
No.
I
No.
I don't think are too. I know that turtles use their shells for protection, and some turtles can go inside of their shell. A lot of turtles can go inside of their shells. However, they need to. However, a lot of turtles have to be in water constantly or near water.
Yeah, I think Mom looked it up. I forget how long it was, but they can only go a short amount of time without water.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure he gets back into water fast.
Yeah, so when I put it back out where I found it, it like ran off and dug into the mud and disappeared. So now we're gonna have to find it again. But I think they do that to make sure
Nothing
stay
sees
wet.
them.
and they can hide.
Yeah.
Because I think my bet is that a bird picked it up somewhere and accidentally or maybe purposely dropped it somewhere else and it found its way to the pond in our backyard. So I think they burrow into the mud so that birds can't swoop over and pick them up.
Well, if we see a bird trying to eat him, I'll grab it.
Well, we're not even there right now, so the turtle is on its own.
Poor turtle.
So I think later we're going to try to find it again and figure out a good place to release it.
Yeah, a place where there's nothing that can hurt it.
Well, in nature, it's normal for there to be predators. So there's always going to be something that can hurt it. But if you put it in the correct environment that they live in, then they have the natural ability to hide or protect themselves or whatever they do.
Well, I think there is one place. Well, actually, I did. There were. It's like, what do they eat? I think they might.
I have no idea. Do you guys know what turtles eat?
Are they like whales?
plants.
Turtle food?
Are they like whales where they just like open their mouth and go like, oh?
Maybe worms. I don't know.
I don't know.
So,
So we used to have a pet tortoise, and the tortoise just ate plants and vegetables, but like water turtles, I imagine they must be
Algae.
omnivores, right? I think they eat just whatever they can fit in their mouth.
Like fingers.
I'm going with your opinions on this, so once we decide, it's final.
I think maybe it's best if we just. Well, I think we know. Don't. There are 2 ponds I know that we can really sit in.
Yep.
So there's one at Simonbrook Park, and there's also one that we Christensen Pond.
Yep. We're considering bringing it to Christensen Pond. Seems like a good natural habitat. There's a pond and there's a brook that runs right next to it.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure the brook feeds it. The
Yeah.
pond. So I think that would be the best spot. Plus, while we're there, we can do a little bit of fishing.
Sure.
I know you're not like keeping this turtle or anything, but do you just call the turtle turtle?
No,
Or does
Tay
it-
already named it.
I named it Shelly.
Classic
It's a
turtle.
good one,
name.
right?
Yeah.
It was a cute turtle, too.
How do you know what gender a turtle is?
It's gender neutral.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean by gender neutral?
We don't know if it's a boy or a girl, so we're just calling it Shelly regardless. Doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl.
So,
Any questions for your guests?
well, I'm just. Oh, actually, I don't. Do you?
How do you know these two?
We go to the same jiu-jitsu class.
I know you're stating the obvious to me, but you have to remember there's thousands of people that are going to listen to this podcast that don't know, so you need to explain it to the people.
It's like
Fix your mic.
they've gone to our jiu-jitsu class a bunch of times.
Well, they haven't just gone to your jiu-jitsu class a bunch of times. Adeline has been doing jiu-jitsu with you since like the very beginning of our gym.
Yeah, Lorraine's.
And Lorraine joined sometime later.
Same with Paul.
And they have other siblings, Paul and Eli, that also do jiu-jitsu with us. It's a
Yeah.
whole jiu-jitsu family.
We are family.
Who's the best out of the 4 of you?
Adeline.
Adeline's the best?
Look at that bear hug you did to Mesley.
What do you think, Adeline? Who's the best out of the 4?
I don't know.
Like, out of tactics, Adeline knows more. But, like, if it was, like, more, like, strength-wise, I'm guessing me.
I'm going to ask Paul and Eli the same question next time.
I bet you Eli's going to say Adeline.
What do you think,
Lorraine.
Tay? You rolled with all 4 of them. Who do you think is the best?
Probably Lorraine.
It's just because she's a lot taller and stronger. And she just goes and
So I
scoops
guess
your legs
maybe
up.
we'll separate. Who has the best technique without considering size?
Adeline.
So Adeline has the best technique, but Lorraine's a little bit bigger. So when you combine the technique and being way taller, she's the more difficult overall to beat.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
And Paul, too. He's, like, bony, so I'm afraid I'm going to break him. The same thing with Tay and Mesley. It's like whenever I go against them,
They're not going to break.
Yeah.
Even though I am 9 with bones.
He has a bag of bones. How good do you think Eli's going to be?
because he's starting now, maybe he'll be, like, really good.
I think Eli can be really good.
Like
Eli likes takedowns, right?
yeah.
I like it. He gives all of his effort on the takedowns.
Yeah, not this.
The rest of his game, he's got to develop a little bit better, but he loves the takedowns. What are you staring at?
The wall, hopefully.
So how do you guys like our studio?
It's cool.
Is this your first time seeing it?
Yeah.
Well, I've seen it once when I came down here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you guys had this
Yeah.
room.
We gotta fix it up a little bit more. We gotta get the TV up over there, so we'll be able to have things on the TV.
Cool.
Wait, why do we have 2 TVs?
Because Jeff brought in the little one because it was an extra one he had at home, and then we decided to buy a big one. We have Jocko drinks in the corner.
What are we gonna do with the little TV?
Hmm?
What are we gonna do with that?
The little TV?
Yeah.
I don't know. Find something to use it for. No, you can't have it. It's his.
I already have a Verizon TV in my bedroom.
You have a Vizio TV.
Oh.
Vizio.
Verizon doesn't make TVs.
Oh.
So what else have you two been up to? I haven't seen you at jiu-jitsu very often lately.
They've got softball.
No, the season ended.
Season ended.
I know the season ended recently, but I hear it was a pretty big season.
Yeah. Adeline was undefeated, 16-0.
Are you on different teams?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Adeline's team was undefeated, 16-0. What
Yeah.
position do you play?
Catcher.
Nice. Tay played a little bit of catcher, right?
Yeah.
Did you like catcher?
Yeah, I get a little bit. Mostly because of, really that's just actually I don't know what I mean.
You get like a bunch of action and the balls are always coming to you.
Yeah, so it's not like just standing out in the field, getting bored, waiting for someone to hit it there.
Yeah.
What about your team, Lorraine? You guys did good too, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was your record?
I'm pretty sure out of all our games, we only lost 2 or 1.
Nice. What position do you play?
It's either second or outfield.
Which field?
Center or left.
Cool. You both good hitters?
Yeah.
No.
No?
I get too scared of the ball. Like once I'm up there, I'm like, I can do this. I can do this. No, I can't.
Lefty or righty?
I'm a righty.
Righty.
Both of you righty? Tay bats righty as well.
Yeah.
Tay did some good hitting this year.
Really?
Yeah.
I hit like a home run.
Nice.
That wasn't because it was actually far. It was because the girls kept on overthrowing
just kept running?
the ball.
Yeah.
So in Tay's league, they were only allowed to go one base on overthrows.
Why?
I think it's to help give the fielders a chance to learn and not have a lot of runs score while they're making mistakes.
Yeah.
But I think next year in the league he's going to be in, I don't think there's rules like that. So everyone's going to have to be
Playing by the real rules of baseball.
better about not overthrowing the ball.
And if they do, that'll mean
Just going
good
to
for
keep
me.
running.
Yeah.
I can hit. It's just like I get scared. Like there was one time there was power lines over the field, and I hit it to them, and it was like way outfield, and I was like, "Oh, I'm doing amazing!" And then a girl caught it because it bounced off and went back to third.
That's not fair.
I was like, "Oh, interference."
That should be a ground rule double.
It wasn't.
All right, Tay, anything else you want to talk about? We're at almost 30 minutes. This is our longest podcast yet.
I think we're all good for now.
Okay. Lorraine, Adeline, anything else you want to tell the world?
Hi, world.
Hi.
Hi.
All right, Tay, why don't you wrap it up? Tell the people how they can find your podcast and where to subscribe.
Thank you
Microphone.
Thank you for watching Lightsabers, Jokes, and More. Be sure to hit to hit that subscribe button, enable those notifications, and leave a like below.
All right. Until next time.